First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakash.
Give honors to the other apostles, great millstone who were well. Salutation, much love. The Akim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. So some great GmsTampa back in another lesson. The Lord was going to be edifying to the hopeful elect. And, go through the spirit. But something we can just start off on is, the beast hating the whore. I've been watching, news all, Saturdays and Sundays usually. I watch news in the mornings and the local news or whatever. And, the local news usually throws in they'll just throw it in a 30-second segment. NATO says this, and then just move on to somebody eating watermelon in local, But, hey, man, this place is finished. And Trump, he's leading this place. He's the man to do it. He's the perfect man to do it. Brothers want to get Revelation 7, because that's what they were saying. How is the Lord? They were pretty much saying the Lord was casting out demons in the name of Beelzebub, but that wouldn't even make sense. Why would the demon cast out demons? Go ahead.
He is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
So how can this kingdom stand? And of course, Babylon is a kingdom, that great city, but Esau's kingdom, his whole rulership. And again, the real niggas that are divided is the elites, just like before, during the time of the Greeks. As soon as their leader died, them niggas went to fighting each other. Nah, this is my land. Nah, that's my land. No, that's my. So it was a big confusion, man. And that ultimately it led to the collapsing of a couple generals, and then just more wars, the Syrian wars, and then more and more chaos until they started slowly. Really, it was only two of them left at the end of after it's all said and done. And then the Roman Empire came, which was still Edomites, but this is no new thing under the sun. It's happened before and it's happening again. The Rothschilds probably still beefing with the Oppenheimers, because they've been at odds since the 1600s, not before that. But now who knows what's really going on behind the scenes? They be, probably talking shit to each other at the baby dinner, eating live babies and shit, so they get that fresh blood, sacrifice the baby right there and then niggas start throwing plates. Esau, he's a sore loser. And then the scriptures say, if he do evil to himself, to whom will he do good? That was it on that? Kwame, you had, that was it on?
No, I actually have one. I wanted to get this real quick in Mark 13, just to, because you opened up with saying he at the end, and just to bring that, just to pretty much nail it on that point, because in Mark the 3rd chapter, words a little different. This is Mark 3 and verse 24, you're outside speaking. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself,
the house of Edom. And the kingdom, America is a kingdom that's divided. The Lord said in Isaiah chapter 19, Egyptian against Egyptian. But hell, you got uproars all over the world of Edomite-led nations. Greece right now is in shambles. These motherfuckers are burning down the parliament building, damn near. And there's no, there was a military presence, or the riot squad or whatever, but them niggas hightailed it out of there. Now it's just dudes moving the barricades and burning cars. And then I forgot what city exactly it was. I was watching a video this morning, but it was in Greece. I want to say it was a major city. I can't remember the name right now, but that goes to show you that there's kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. Mark
3 and 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And here it is, the scripture saying, Job 9 and 24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked man. So you literally have control over the whole house. Okay, the Lord. And then here it is, you're roommates on the east and the west, and you're completely divided against each other. And that's why we go into the uproars and the sedition that's going to take place right here in the soils of America, because now you got proud Edomites against, their own government, man. It's like, dude, everybody is at your neck, man. And so that's why it's going to be hell for you to try to get this fourth eye off the ground. But ultimately, the Lord is going to allow it to go so far. But the elect is being made in order. Psalms 50th chapter. He will gather his saints and set them in order. You know, so the next rulers are here on the planet Earth, man. Some are asleep and some are alive. Last precept. It says, verse 26, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. So to back up the priest Osh going into earlier, opening up the classes, bro, we are at the end of division. And we can see the building up of how everybody has this nuclear capable, man. And as Elder Apostle Tahar was going into a camp, you know, Saturday, Russia can hit you, send the missiles out through the east, or send it, you know, which is going to hit the western coast, all right, or from the west. It don't matter. So the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua has this place, Jeremiah the 15th chapter, okay, open up his weaponry, man, okay, his arsenal. Okay, this is the Lord's missile, his technology, and you are the left-hand puppet of the Heavenly Father, man.
You can read that next verse too, Bob, for sure.
Come. This is St. Mark, the book of St. Mark, chapter 3, and verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. You got it out.
Yeah, that's like Elder Ash said, the house of Edom. So the Lord had entered into this thing. We always read about Zechariah, the 5th chapter. They should enter into the house of the thief, you know, and remain there. So what? The Lord have sent his angels, you know, to come to spiritually gather them and bind them. That's why they losing their wits. You know, he set them in slippery places. They have been bounded. He said a bounded they cannot pass. You know, at the end of the day, we see that Esau is through. So this shows you that what in the spirit, the Lord is good. Once he raised up his men, they've been bounded. You got it.
And just like, again, during the time of Alexander the Great, that's why they call him the Great, because he unified the Edomites. Right? Just like the Lord allowed him, like we read in Revelation 17, yeah, they gave power to the whore, to the beast gave power to her. But now, what happened after Alexander the Great died? Then it was broken up.
Yep.
There was nothing but in-house fighting. So that power is gone now. Now it's time to destroy yourself, just like they did back then.
Alexander being a strong man.
Yep.
He was bounded, he was put down, and that house was destroyed. Because it tell you in the book of Daniel, it said that 4 notable horns rose up. So notable going to like recognizable. You know, because he had many generals.
Right.
But it was just those 4 that was the main ones. And then it brought all the way down to 2 to the Seleucid and Ptolemaic Empire.
Syrian wars.
Exactly. Yeah, like you said earlier, Syrian wars.
And you know, even before though his death, you know, you go into the secular history, they was his military men. They were like, man, this nigga trying to kill us, man. They kept trying to keep pushing east, got to the Himalayas, and they're like, man, we're done with this shit, man. This nigga trying to kill us because you know about that region, Elam or India, Nepal region. That's where the Himalayan mountains are, or the biggest. Yeah. So they're like, man, come on, man. But he wanted to keep pushing, but it wasn't. That was his bound that he couldn't pass. You know, it wasn't for him to go all the way to fucking Mongolia, you know, or Japan. But then he died not too long after that, and then they were like, hell, because they were already talking shit before he died. So, you know, this general thinks that way, and that's what's going on. This nigga trying to go this way, that nigga trying to go that way, and that's what the elites, they bump their heads through the spirit, you know. Because, you know, they're not going to, obviously you're not going to see this on television.
Right.
You see the bumping the heads on the puppets, you know, Donald Trump and Zelensky, you see that bumping heads, but the real bumping the heads is behind the scenes.
Yep. Let a precept back you up. This is Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Yeah, and a lot of people think, real quick before you keep reading, because this sword is their blessing, Esau's blessing. That's how you know what it's talking about right here. But a lot of people think that, that these people make money off of war. You can't say that, but not the people we talking about. These are the people that print the money to tell people to go to war. You know, they know what money they gonna make. They were worried about our resources. You know, actual tangible items, not a piece of paper or a digital hit enter and $1 million show up in your account. That's not what the elites are worried about. They're actually worried about resources, and at this point they want people. You know, they already got the earth in their possessions, but now they want you to bow the knee and serve, you know, pledge allegiance, so to say.
They showed you in the movie Matrix that the robots, they use humans as resources for energy, which is why they had all those human farms with the babies and shit for energy, which is what you use resources of the earth for, for some sort of source of something, whether it be energy or food or whatever, you know. And again, the elites have been calling you, you know, the people of the earth, you know, chattel.
Goyim, they call them.
Yeah, cattle, you know, you're a commodity to these people. That's why they've been selling you off as a good to these other nations as far as debt goes. You know, specifically to China. You know, a lot of you Americans your rights have been sold over to them.
Yeah. That's why they will come to receive that all. They want to stay with their master. You cattle. You happy with your master.
Yeah, because the scriptures talk about my sheep shall hear my voice. You're going to return back to your true owner if you were of him.
Right.
But the majority of our people, they're not of him. As Yahushua said himself, you know, you follow the devil.
Yep. The scriptures say these are them which follow the Lamb whithersoever he go. But the rest of them, they trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Yeah, because they don't hear the voice.
Exactly.
They don't hear that voice. They're dull of hearing. They've been, you know, the Lord has shut that part off from working properly. So they're just going off of being fed, you know, from this world, because the world is feeding them. And that's why the brother, I believe it was Brother Ashton Kanakla going into it yesterday at camp. You know, the pleasures of this world have been feeding our people, because our people are completely through. But entertainment has sustained our people. That's how Jake is able to. That's why Jake talks about, well, you only getting out of the hood if you play basketball or rap, because pleasures is what's gonna, you know, put you up on a certain pedestal in this society. Whether you indulge in the pleasures of sports or music or fashion or whatever it may be, that's the only way that you're gonna be able to somewhat live on this world. In this world, and who controls that?
Exactly. You got to sell your soul.
Exactly.
To the chief of Amalek, you know, the chief house of Edom, which is Amalek.
Yep.
You know, and there's no coincidence, like brother said. Edom controls all of this. Chiefly Amalek, the sports. Who are the team owners, and hell, let's look above the team owners. Who owns the NBA? Shit. Who owns the music industry? Who plays the music on the radio? So on and so forth, man. Boxing, the hell, even the Israelites, man. Shit. There's a lot of Israelites you don't even know getting a paycheck from Finkelstein nigga rubbing his hands together. You know, nasty nigga.
Getting 3 inches put in them.
Yeah. And telling you to keep the law.
Right.
Bugouts.
Goddamn.
But that's the point, though. The devil, he's in the authority of whatever the things you see on mainstream. Whoever's being pushed down your throat, you best believe is an agenda.
Oh yeah.
And who's the one that gave the okay? The big nose with the small hats.
The Barry Manilow, what is it? Barry Manilow? Yeah, the Barry Manilows of the world.
What is it called?
Quaz.
Quaz, yeah.
The Quazes of the world. That's who is dictating what's done, which Job 9:24 tells you that. You know, the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges. So if he has the power to cover the faces of the judges of the earth,
he's the judge now.
Yeah. So what other powers does he have underneath that?
And he's the judge and authority to say what's right and wrong.
Right.
And that's
turning
why
the things upside down.
Yeah, exactly. That's why what's in promotion right now is degeneracy, vile, wicked, stupidity. Yeah, folly, say great dignity. That's it.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity. I read again. Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. You know, hey, like the brothers have been going into, man. Hey, folly is set in great dignity. You know, looking at the entertainment. You know, looking at everything that's that people are indulged in. You know, the TikTok, the social media. You know, so on and so forth. And this is the things that are esteemed to be great in this place, and our people they fall for it. Like the brother was going into it, man. This is how people their minds have been going so far. all right, because their minds have been so indulged within this place, this system, also like he was going into it, the matrix, all right, their minds have been taken away, all right, from the true reality, all right, so then what, they put themselves in what? Nothing but just folly and entertainment, so on and so forth.
It's a deceptions.
Exactly.
Because that's everything of this world is to deceive Jake into thinking that it's prospering them.
Yeah.
Whether it be money, sports, fashion, the family, the so-called family structure of this world, because the family structure of this world is even polluted. You don't have a nuclear family anymore. But even that notion of a family has eluded the minds of Jake to think that they are achieving something by having a so-called family. Or even the whole red pill movement. That's another way of this world to deceive into Jake into thinking that he's getting ahead of the game. Thinking, oh, well, see, they're right. I don't need a woman. I just need to focus on myself and get as much money as I can, and then all these things. That's a lie, man.
It's a facade.
Yeah, exactly. It's a facade, man. It's another way to entrap Jake into following after the ways of this world, man. But the true way of this world is going to completely separate you from everything that you know of this world. That's how you truly know that you're following after Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. When your ways have changed to completely go against the norm of everything of this world, whether it be on the right hand side or the left hand side of this world, you're gonna go completely away from that. You're gonna go and follow the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai.
Because just back up you. The red pill shit, what they teach you? Go get some money.
Yeah.
Go chase the devil's paper that he throws at you.
Buy acids. Nigga, what the fuck? Acids?
Yeah. What manner of person are you to
You
be?
going from me?
Knowing these things are gonna be dissolved. These people ain't telling you that all this shit gonna be destroyed. They telling you to chase it.
Yeah.
So what? So that's why the scriptures say the love of money is the root of all evil. Here it is, you work for all them assets and all this paper and foreigns or crypto, whatever, and then it gets the rug gets pulled under you, and then you don't want to lose all that you work so hard for. Yeah. We're here to tell you that work hard for the Lord, because that no man can take your crown. Exactly. Or said, let no man take your crown. Right?
And over here in Florida, man, that whole real estate shit with having assets is failing them, because now these motherfuckers' rents are dropping.
Yeah, they appreciate it.
They rents in here in Florida are like the third highest decrease in percentages in rents of all the country. In Tampa.
Yeah.
I think I sent a video the other day. The third in the whole nation, Tampa has the highest drop in percentages of rents. So that means motherfuckers that own the houses that are renting them, they having to lower the price. And guess what? Interest ain't lowering. The taxes ain't getting any lower. Which you got DeSante's talking about dropping property taxes. Yeah. That's not going to happen. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. But
and your wages ain't going up either.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the thing that these niggas that been owning these properties, buying up all these properties since 2020, which Fresh and Fit been heavy on pushing that shit for years, which they're here in Florida.
Right.
But now you got all these motherfuckers holding these houses, but they still having to pay the same amount of taxes, same amount of fees, for this
HOA.
and that, HOA and all this, but their rent is having to be lowered or nobody's renting their home.
Yeah, they losing.
Yeah, so they losing money. So now these niggas are hurt, So again, man, any which way that you can think of that this world is giving you that you think is a way out is a way to a trap. It's a dead end.
And again, that's what Esau, the devil, pushes on. Oh yeah, you can be like these niggas on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or you can be like LeBron James. No, you're not. You can be a good ass basketball player, breaking niggas' ankles on the streets. You're not going to the NBA, bro. Most likely, the odds of you going to the NBA is slim to none. The odds of you going to the NFL slim to none. You're not getting a record deal. All that shit is bullshit. But our people have ate that shit up, and not only our people, everybody, because we're the trendsetters, and you now everybody's starting to realize like shit. I gotta go get a job at KFC, and then after I get off KFC, I gotta go to Chili's to work. Niggas here in Florida, if you have a minimum wage job, if you want to live in a studio, a shithole, and barely make it, you have to work 110 hours a week. 110 hours a week. So that clearly can't be one job, because no goddamn job gonna hire you for 110 hours a week.
That's 13, 14
That's
hours a day.
3 hours. That's three jobs. You gotta work 3 jobs, minimum wage. So let's say you get a little more than minimum wage. You still struggling. Shit. You see, this is it's a facade. Well, at least these red pill guys are bringing it out. These bitches want niggas making $100,000. That's 1% of people.
Why do they want that though?
Well, because they want their lives to be easy, pleasure.
And they can't do it no more.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Yeah.
through.
The feminism lied to them. Now they realize, shit, that should never went to work. But the point is that it's not realistic.
Exactly.
Right.
You're not finna just bump into somebody making $100,000 a year, bro. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's slim to none. But the real payment is the riches in heavens that's about to pay off while you people go bankrupt and have to go to the devil for the solution and get that mark of the beast. Mark, how do you have more?
I got some.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did you
that's-
finish what you was reading before?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Revelation 6. Yeah, because what it is that delusion,
Yeah.
all right, that spell that they was under is starting to be lifted off. So now reality is starting to soak in, right? So this is Nahum 3 and 4. It said, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts,
AKA America, the well-favored heart, because America has clearly been favored above all the kingdoms that have come. The golden cup, right, in the hand of the Lord.
that's right.
You know, the American dream. People have feared this place like no other. It's been able to establish worldwide embassies or garrisons, if you will, military bases throughout the whole planet, from Asia, Europe, which is made of as well, Africa, South America, everywhere. So this place has clearly been well favored. Why? For biblical prophecy.
That's right.
Not because America's great, talking about because for the MAGA shit to be actually real, that means America had to be great at one point. The Lord made it great, yeah, so that He could bring it down.
Yeah, for a purpose too, because the Lord in times there was going to come that time to gather up the sheep and separate them from the goats, which the world has gathered the goat. We were talking about the hearing of that voice earlier. Well, the majority of the people here in America have specific, speaking on you Israelites, man, y'all have heard the voice of this world calling you. So you've been gathered to the slaughter. But the elect has been hearing the voice of the Lord and been gathered onto life.
That's right.
Okay, so that was the purpose of why the Lord put this place so great and put you Israelites in it, so that at the end, so that you would fall after your own demise.
And Jake was the one that actually made it great.
Yeah, exactly, your own demise.
Just like Egypt, Jake made ancient Egypt great. Joseph, beginning with Joseph,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the spiritual Egypt.
Yeah, because Jake made it to the point of where it's at, so they think that since we had a hand in this, we might as well enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that's why Jake and the Wilderness were like, yo, we
left
cultivated.
Egypt.
Yeah, we left Egypt. We were cultivating them leeks, man. Them shits were good.
The melon.
Shit, I want to go back to that. We over here eating what?
Manna.
Quail, or
Complaining, because that's what it was, man. Jay, ungrateful. Majority of our people are ungrateful. That's why the majority of our people are dying.
Yeah, that's why they appreciate the things that are given them from someone else, because they don't appreciate the things that were already theirs. That's why they're destroyed. And there's a saying, we hear it a lot in the world. Nobody takes care of your things better than you, man. Well, Jake didn't do that, man. You Israelites didn't do that. You didn't take care of the things that were given unto you, as well as you could have. You gave it over to the heathens, man, because you took on their ways. And the heathens, specifically with Esau, he took on the things that were given unto you.
And the Lord allowed them to take it, like the temple. They desecrated it, took all the gold and the silver, and made coins. Burned it down.
Jake didn't appreciate it.
Exactly.
They didn't appreciate the purpose of what that temple was to serve. Was a connection with the Most High. So the Lord took it away from them and gave it over to the heathen, man. even their land, even their name of Israel. The Lord took away from them and gave it to someone else, man.
Was that Jeremiah? Was it 17? Or? Yeah.
Continue from that heritage.
Yeah.
That's known in the second chapter too. He set up in the temple. So now he took over the nation. He got the land, took over the heritage, bro. Like Elder Warren, like Jake just ain't appreciated.
We don't even know all the things that Esau has in behind the scenes that proves that we're the Israelites and
Right.
the holy relics and the things that he took, the Vatican and the Vatican, man, who knows what they got in there that actually would put, if he was to actually put that on mainstream media, people would be like, oh shit, those are black people. But nah, that's all been taken and they desecrated it. They changed it up, whitewashing again. Brother quoted Job 9:24 earlier. It has been given unto the enemy because of your disobedience, and niggas to this day still kicking against the prick, still disobeying. Or what's it say? Or since you have forgotten me, I forget. Children, people still don't want to come back, even though we showing them the proof, reading them the scriptures, making it plain upon tables, making it so easy. Like like we mentioned this a while back. We got signs, like children's book. We making it so simple, like a children's book. We got signs. We got the words. As we reading you the words of the Lord, you can look at a big old sign on a cardboard box to illustrate what we're talking about, and you still can't get it.
Yep, because they became prisoners. They became prisoners to iniquity, under that deception of Satan. Because, as the scripture said, the truth shall set you free. We have been set free from that prison, but they're under that deception, which I can finish it because it pretty much goes into it. It says, Nahum 3:4, it says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, all of her America being at whore, all right? The mistress of witchcraft, all right, through America, like the elder priest stated, is how these nations has got drunken off of the philosophies of this whore, man. All right, Jeremiah 51:7. All right, and see, that's the thing. Jake failed to realize is that this devil has deceived the whole earth, has stripped you from your culture and everything that you knew that was good. Okay, and here it is, the light, the true medicine is here, and you're rejecting it, just like you rejected the Lord back then.
And right here, real quick, Mark, up the show, because you're going into that's America, and you read Nahum, right?
Yep.
And that was like around in the 600 BCs, right? Yep. So this is Revelation chapter 17. I start at verse 4. Point is verse 5. It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
Right.
And
that's how they literally glorified America. That's why it was so glorified that even the saints, starting from our forefather John the Revelator, marveled at it. All throughout the earth, you got Jake marveling at America. I want to go to America.
Yeah, they see it on the TV.
Yeah.
They see the buildings, the big buildings, and the people just driving cars, and abundance of food.
Right.
Drive-throughs, nigga can sit at home and hit a couple buttons on his phone, and their food just show up at his door.
Yeah, because the spell that's projected. It's a spell that's being projected that Jake get hooked onto. It's like bait. They get that promotion. Just like how they do it with commercials. Yeah. They promote the country. They're advertising. And next thing you know, all of these things, from the colors and all of the different subliminal signs, it's really compelling.
Yeah.
that's like the Pinocchio. What he was trying to go to?
Funland. Funland. Yeah, Funland.
He found out what? These slavers.
They're making asses out of you.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be a real boy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you don't know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a fucking devil, man.
Right.
Kicked his ass into the cave.
That's it, because you read Nahum and say we sell nations, right?
Right. That's it. And that's the thing too, because as Apostle Paul has spoke about, like he feared that we would be beguiled like he was from the simplicity of Yahweh Shah. Look, you craving all these things. This is what Satan threw at our Lord. Here it is, the kingdoms and the glory of it. right? And look, all you got to do is just bow to me.
Mhm.
And then they sold you that same dream.
Yep.
You know, here's the glory of the world, this glorious kingdom. All you got to do is submit to the beast system, man.
And that's
Submit
the
to the
deception.
Torah. Yep.
That's part of the deception. He was loose a little season to continue to deceive. Because at one point he was bounded, so he couldn't deceive. So what's that mean? When he got out of that chains, he was let loose a little season to deceive again.
Finish the job.
Yeah. And now he went full blast. The Lord gave him the ability to deceive everyone everywhere on the planet.
Right.
You know, there's still certain kings of other nations that may know certain types of truths, but even them niggas are deceived shit.
Right.
The only ones that truly know the truth is the elect of Yahweh Shemel Shai and the elect of the Edomites that truly know what's going on. Because that's the main characters, Jacob and Esau. Everybody else is just some extras.
You got to still have more there?
Yeah, kind of a little bit more. Finishing off verse 4, it says, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Right. And now that cup full of abomination, right? Real quick, I'm finishing off the verse in Nahum 3 and 4. It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredom, and families through her witchcrafts. Going into the word witchcraft, right? Going into through her witchcraft is the word in the Hebrew kasef, right? Kasef. It says sorcery, witchcraft. We go into the etymology of sorcery, or just go into the definition, right? It says sorcery, the use of power gained from the assistance or control of evil spirits, especially from divining.
Yep, going to what Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hand of the weak. So that's just the left hand of the Most High. It shows you that the Heavenly Father is in control of everything.
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah, hey, real quick, that's why I said control evil spirits, but say he that departed from evil maketh himself a praise. You know?
Right.
And why? Because John 17, or I'm sorry, John 10, the elect is in the hands of the Lord. So they can't come under that spell to be controlled by evil. All right, they are in the hand of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Yeah, we've been awoken. Because that's the one thing about being under a spell. You're under hypnosis. You're in a trance. You're in a sleep. You know. So we have been awoken out of that trance. The Lord has healed us and given us that eyesight, where that poison, being bit by the serpent, that we was intoxicated by, we have been healed. So now we seeing things clear. Like, hold on, this whore is disgusting.
So we're standing now.
Yep.
You know, amongst the people, the rest of the people of this world, we're standing out because we've been healed, and they're still poisoned. They're still under that you know, that debilitating disease.
Yep.
You know, which is what Yahushua told us. Know ye that if you love me, the world shall hate.
Exactly.
Shall hate you.
Yeah.
You know, we're roughly paraphrasing. You know, the world shall love its own. You know, but we're not of this world. We're not sick anymore.
Exactly.
What the scriptures talk about, why shall I be stricken anymore? We're not stricken anymore because the Lord got us up out of that spirit, man. So that's why we're able to look down upon these people, you know, and see like, yo, you're fucking through, bro. Like, I was there. I saw myself in that position. I came from that. So I'm able to look down at you and be like, yo, you're through, bro. Like, get up out of this, bro. You're sick too, man. You know, but the world is going to hate us because of that. Because nobody likes getting corrected.
They want that medicine.
Yeah, exactly. That medicine sometimes a lot of the times medicine is bitter. It sucks. You gotta take it, especially as a child. You don't like taking medicine. You're like, I don't like the taste of that.
Yeah, that's heavy, bro. Because when you think about it, it's bitter to those who taste buds is trained to receive it in that bitter form. But once you start actually taking medicine, whether you take herbs, you can go down. So you got to reset your taste buds, and that's the detoxification, as the scripture talks about, through the washing of the word. You know?
Yeah, and that's why we rehearse. That's why we coming up in the Passat, because we're constantly used to the bitter taste. You know what I'm saying? We're going through. You know, we like, Lord willing, this the year, but we have to rehearse. You know, again, but. The point is, bro, we're accustomed with the bitter.
Right.
You know, the whole icing on the cake is we're accustomed with bitterness, man. And our people are getting ready to have to find that bitter state All right, that bitter taste, and it's worse.
Yeah.
Okay, when there is no water there to ease that, no juice, ain't no more grape juice.
Right.
You can't wiggle your way out of this. You gotta taste these herbs now, bro.
Right.
And that's the affliction.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to take it because you lived in pleasure your whole life.
Yeah.
You lived to that sweet taste. So that's why you're gonna be dead. That's what Scripture says. Man's heart shall fill him in that day. Right.
And real quick to add on, thing, if it's bitter, it's bitter. If it's sweet, it's sweet. But the thing about a child, they ain't got no other choice. They're gonna tell your child, open your mouth. So that's how the Lord been dealing with us. You come to him as a newborn babe. Lord, like he been dosing us with it. So now it's just to the point where I know I gotta take it.
Yeah.
So they just take it. But them, they ain't used to that. So you make that crazy face, God damn, Hey, what you tell your child, you better not spit that shit out. It's medicine.
And most of the time, man, children, they don't know what it's going to taste like.
Exactly.
Because they've never experienced it. So they don't know what broccoli or Brussels sprouts going to taste like. They just know that the TV or somebody on there, the vegetables ain't good. It don't taste good. So to them, that what's clean doesn't taste good because that's what they've been told. And that's what the majority of our people have been. That's why the scriptures talk about that. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And a part of the putting away that we had to do when you became a man was the reaction you have to the bitterness of what life really is, and especially life walking in the truth.
The reality is not sweet, man. Even though the scriptures is sweet, but it's bitter. Eventually, it's gonna be bitter in your stomach. It might be, but it's like, and then shit, marriage is gonna destroy it. My family might not make it. These people ain't for me. Then it's your life starts. You gotta have to figure it out. Not figure it out, but examine what's going on. You're gonna have to look up at the big picture, man. Instead of you looking through a telescope. No, you're gonna have to see the big picture. Because life ain't sweet, man.
I got a precept to back you real quick. Revelations 10:10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Belly bitter because it's sweet. Ooh, yeah. And then it's gonna get bitter. Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. How much more? Sorry, Acts 14. What is it? 27? 22. So this is bitter. But guess what? The bitter is what's good for you. That's what actually is beneficial to your body, mind, and soul.
That's why the Lord made it bitter.
So that if you can't get it, you reject it. And that shit, tough luck. You're gonna die because you didn't heal.
For many to reject and for the few to accept.
That's straight, lining up with straight gate.
But like brother mentioned earlier, you keep you training your palate.
Right.
You keep eating that bitter. Eventually, you're gonna have to start taking chunks off that horseradish. Not to allude to some kind of one certain bug out eating ginger. Raw ginger. But we're talking about it spiritually, man. Don't be bug out.
Dealing with the heat is what the brother said in Isaiah 48. The Lord is choosing you through a furnace of affliction. Not for your sake, but for his name's sake, man. That's what the brother, you got to just be spiritual to actually see that. The Lord has conditioned certain men on the earth to deal with the heat getting turned up on a notch, man. And it's getting ready to get turned on its highest notch, and a lot of people are not trained because they weren't getting boiled. You didn't understand the process of the knots going from 1 all the way to 2 to 3 to the goddamn 10. Now, but we already in that, we already accustomed to it, man.
They're not comfortable with being uncomfortable.
That's right.
Because when you bite into some bitter, that you're gonna automatically want to throw it out of your mouth, but you gotta fight through it and chew it. You gotta learn to love it because it's good for you.
Learn to love chastisement, as the scriptures talk about. And that's why it says in Isaiah, the 5th chapter, the 20th verse, woe unto you that mark wickedness for good and goodness for wickedness, bitter for sweet. You got a misconception of life. And that's why you have to enter into that sheepfold through Yahweh Shai. And as the scriptures say, to arm yourself, straight and narrow, and arm yourself with that same mind. Okay, bearing that cross, understanding the whole aspect of stoicism. You know, because being Epicureans, you don't want to deal with the bitter. You just want to deal with the sweet. But as we can see, Yahweh Shah being the ultimate stoic, that he was committed to the process, man. Not his will, but our Heavenly Father's will. And that's our Heavenly Father's will.
Yeah.
You know?
That's we go to the facade. Well, this is my body.
Yeah.
You know, this is my blood. We coming into that time. That's why the spirit keep bringing this up. Well, the seriousness of the bitterness that you have to, only the elect can deal with that certain mind frame, and you know, that's what we're here for, bro. We're not here for anything else, bro, but to tell you the nitty gritty, as Elder Kazak say, the nastiness of the scripture. Okay, that's was the seriousness of Yahweh Shai saying, is there other way? There is no other way, bro. So when you actually understand that, you're going to do to the best of your ability, the rehearsing. All right, rehearsing to the best of your ability, and praying that it's the last time you gotta have to rehearse. Okay, until I'm perfected with my Lord again, you know.
That's something real quick.
And that's the thing with bitter herbs is that you got to keep taking them for them to actually work. You know, get your system acclimated to it. Because you can't just take it for a day or two and then think that it's actually doing something. Or take it for one time and be like, no, I'm good. It said it was gonna cure you. I'm good. Nah, you gotta actually let your system acclimate itself to it. Because at first, a lot of times these bitter herbs, man, they have a certain reaction in your body that's gonna at first seem like withdrawals.
Right.
You're gonna go through certain, you know, things in your body that you're gonna feel strange at first. You're gonna feel weird, and it's the same thing with coming to this truth.
Yeah, they got a term for that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like you're damn, I can't remember the term. No, withdrawals is the word.
That's the best I can come up with.
Yeah, there's an actual term for it because, like, if you go, they say you go to Mexico drink water, you're gonna get sick. But it's not that you're drinking dirty water; it's you're not drinking the chemicals that they're putting in your waters. And there's a term for it though. I can't remember. I know Hanakla knows it because we talked about it before. But you have to let your body. I think they say it's like 3 months consistently every day of the herb, then it actually starts working.
And most herbs are usually working threes. Some herbs are 3 weeks. Some herbs are 3 months. And you got to work in cycles of 3 weeks or 3 months. Like I know in particular, herbs like, especially with you know, for men, you know, herbs like what's that called, maca. You got to use it in cycles of 3. So 3 weeks on, 1 week off. 3 weeks on, 1 week off, to actually get the full benefits to let your body fully acclimate. And there's other herbs where you got to take for 3 months, and then you got to take a month off.
Exactly.
3 months, month off. You know, shit like that.
Like cycling.
Yeah, cycling. You got because it's the same thing that they do with fucking steroids and shit. It's just with the actual natural herbs and shit.
But if you listen to Esau, he'll give you a supplement and tell you to take it every day.
Every day,
And that's gonna be it.
That's it.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's bullshit. But again, some people just buy one 60 pill
I think that's it.
substance, or what? Not substance, but no supplements. And but all did it for 1 month, but you didn't even start to get the effect.
That was just it. That was the breaking period. And that's the thing.
gotta
Is
keep
you run
going.
out.
Yeah.
You run out before you actually start to see the effects. So you know you gotta go again to get the next cycle of it.
And that's what discourages people. I don't feel it. It's been a month and I don't feel shit.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going back to work again. Go back to work again.
And again, it's the bitters though. So you gotta be consistent. It's like you wake up in the morning, the best time to take it is on the empty stomach.
Exactly.
A lot of times, well, depending on how strong it is, but you know, you don't want to destroy your fucking stomach, but you gotta be disciplined with it. You know, you can't be an Epicurean. You know, do what you want. You waking up from a hangover, you're not gonna want to take some shit that's gonna put some heat on your stomach. Like, you know, brother, I see brothers, a couple brothers sniffling. I'll give you some of this shit I've been on for this week. You know, Lord's why I keep going with it. I've only used it for 3 days, and this shit has already worked. Shit, or 4 days, like it. And you know, it's been giving me energy, but it's raw. It doesn't taste good. Shit. You just gotta chug it though. You gotta throw that shit down.
Unrefined.
Yeah, unrefined. But that's the point though. You gotta be consistent, and that's how you gotta be with the words of the Lord.
Yeah, let's walk and being committed to the process of repenting and then suffering for righteousness' sake.
Which that bitter taste is that suffering.
Yeah.
You gotta It don't taste good. Sometimes you'll get teary eyed.
But it's working good, just like the word of the Lord. Yeah, you might know you're Israelite, but when you get to the nitty gritty, so to say, then you might get that tear in your eye, but that's where you gotta keep going with it.
Which the scriptures talk about, let patience have her perfect work. That patience of enduring this bitter taste that's gonna come with, following after the Lord, man, it's gonna be bitter, but you gotta be patient. Let it work. You're gonna find the fruit soon. It may not come in the month that first month that you're thinking of. It might not come in that second cycle that you're taking it, but eventually you're gonna see it. You're gonna start to know, damn, I am having more energy.
Right.
My appetite is being suppressed. I'm not eating as much as I used to before.
And to back you up, that's why the scriptures say no chastening seeming to be joyous. But Hebrews also says the Most High, He corrected whom He loved. So it don't seem at first like you get your shit slapped all the way back.
Yeah.
You getting pushed back, you getting kicked out, you getting whatever it is that the Lord has to deal with you personally in His walk. But you start to see the benefit of the fruit that it resolves, and you becoming a man of the Lord.
Yeah.
That's the point with us, separating us from everybody else. Speaking of us brothers in this faith and this understanding, is we understand the bitterness that's needful. We're going through the straightness of it, the difficulty, the chastisement. Why? Because we want to be ultimately the perfect servant of Yahweh Shai.
And that first battle, so to say, we can not only in eating with the word as well, but we can look at it as like boxing, right? When you first start learning to box, you starting to condition. That's gonna be the hardest part. After that, it's gonna be all right. This is just something that I have to do, and it's gonna be easier than from when you first start trying to run 10 miles. You're not probably if you ain't been conditioning, you're not gonna run no fucking 10 miles.
Right.
But after you've been doing it for so long, 10 miles will be light work.
A
Warm up. Yeah, it'll be a warm up.
And if I may add, Muhammad Ali had a saying. He said, I hate every minute of training, but I said suffer now and live every day after that as a champion.
Yeah, that's I think Mike Tyson as well said he probably got it from Muhammad Ali. He said the hardest part is the training camp. He said the fight is the easiest part.
Because you done studied for it. You've been watching the tapes. You've been examining this dude. You've been preparing yourself, and that's what we do through the Spirit. That's why it's beneficial to go through that training, which is what we're going through now. Because in the end, when that fight period comes, when that time to fight comes, we're gonna have already been prepared. What will be those men?
Full of faith. You're gonna be full of faith in that time.
Yeah, that's why when they spar 15, 20 rounds with different men, because they're getting ready for a 12-round fight. So if you get sparred that long, even though it's not full contact, but the nigga sparring with you still trying to take your head off. But it's all to get you ready for the big day, so to say. And that's what the Lord got us doing. Incrementally, obviously, you don't go full fledged. When you come into the truth, they don't just throw you in the ring with Deontay Wilder to spar with, Nah, first you gotta hit the bag, or hell, I remember Paul Tahar say he didn't hit the bag till like 3 months in to him learning boxing. Or no, it was Apostle Rakah. He told that when the Apostle Tahar was teaching him, he said it was about 3 months before he actually hit a bag. Because he was teaching him the cardio and the
endurance.
Endurance,
I got a precept. This is Lamentation 3:19. Remembering my affliction and my misery, the wormwood and the gall. In the NOT, it says, the thought of my suffering and homelessness is bitter beyond words.
Yeah, that was just things. Quote that. What book was that?
Lamentation 4:19.
All right, so this is going back to Jeremiah, man. This is the life of a prophet, man. It's gonna be bitter. We're not gonna be able to, cause we all men, we all come out of the world, and we're still in the flesh. But we have to deny ourselves daily. It's a war every day, your spirit and your flesh. So this is gonna be bitter every day. You're gonna see things that you want to do, but you can't do. Like Paul said, even he said it though, that my flesh does what it wants. or what I don't want.
Yeah, what I
You know,
do, I
brother,
wish.
raise
I
him.
wish not. What I wish, I do not.
Yeah. So it's a daily battle, but you gotta understand that's the bitterness, man. That you can't partake with the rest of these people. That's not what we're here for.
Right.
We're not here to please the flesh. We're not here to please other people.
Right.
We're here to please Yahweh Shem outside, the one that sent us.
And a part of was saying what the brother just brought up with Paul, that's a part of not appeasing the flesh. That's a part of that battle that you have to endure with, following after the Lord, is that battle that you're going to have of doing the things that you don't want to do. There's going to be those times when that flesh is going to be a hard motherfucker to fight. you're gonna catch, or either you catch yourself after the fact, or you're gonna catch yourself in the middle of the act, and you sitting there warring with yourself. That's a part of that enduring, man. Like the brother giving an analogy of boxing, man. There's gonna be that time when your left hand is too far down. You didn't want that motherfucker to be down, but you got caught. And now that hand's up here now.
Right.
But it took for your hand to be down here for you to get caught, for you to realize, like, damn, I didn't want that bitch there, but that motherfucker was there because he was tired.
And now you gotta adapt.
Yep.
That's what Mayweather always hits on. That's what makes him so great.
Yep.
He said he can adapt in any fight. Well, that's what he said. That's what makes him great, because he could adapt in any fight.
Mm-hmm.
The brother said he got punched in the face. He won't get punched in the face like that next round.
Because he saw how he set that man, how he set me up. And you got to understand is how is the flesh setting you up?
Right.
How is this world setting you up for failure?
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna take time. Sometimes it's gonna take it for you to experience something, for you to realize.
A couple times.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, you might even have to get knocked down.
Yeah.
But are you gonna get up?
Yep.
And then learn from that. Because the Lord's in your corner. It's rigged. The fight's rigged. But are you gonna quit? Are you gonna throw in the towel, take a knee?
we got the greatest trainer in our corner.
Exactly.
Yeah, how was shot? He went through it. He's been there. He's done that. He's trained for this.
Undisputed.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, he's in our corner telling you, like, yo, this would you gotta keep that hand up, man. You got the fuck are you doing out there, man?
Smack you in the face. Yeah, smack you in the face in the corner.
3-2 in the air, 1.
Sometimes the trainer's gonna go in on you, man, in that corner. What the fuck are you doing out there, man? This is not what we've been telling you to do. This is what we've been working for.
And to back you brothers up, then when you get out there on the battlefield, prophesying, that's the Lord, because you done made it all through that week sparring. You know what I'm saying? You out there on the battlefield now, brothers who it take a lot to come out there, man.
Yep.
A lot of people don't keep coming out there.
That's why you got a lot of people. There's a lot of people on the coming board.
Yep.
But we ain't got a lot of people out there.
Giving you all the hearts in the world,
Right.
But when it comes down to actually going through this fight that you're going into, which the brothers' spirit is talking when the brothers are going through the sparring, battling Satan all day, all week. It takes a different soldier to go out there on the battlefield, on the line every week, man, consistently for years, and that's why you have to have respect and order and understand that the Heavenly Father has built man up, all right, chiefly here in Great Millstone, that are able to do this thing, man.
That's
It's all
right.
prophecy.
This verse to say, be not, and Paul said, be not one that's beat the air. Because anybody, nigga throwing flurries, shadow boxing, he beat the shit out of the air. But the air don't punch back. So don't be like one that don't get punched back. 'Cause that's gonna lead to a false reality, and then you get in the ring, get knocked out.
Hey, sometimes you gotta be like Canelo. You gotta go up, move. Sometimes if you move up a weight, you're gonna find out. Okay, well that was too hard for me.
Right.
I don't need to get that deep or go that far. I need to know what my level is. So to say.
Because he won the first fight, but then the second one was a little too far above his pay grade. He ain't come up back since.
What was that with Bivol?
Give the ball, which he just won the rematch. But
going to brothers were talking about boxing. You had Devontae Davis a couple years back fight that Barrios, and Mayweather went in his corner at one point in the fight and told him, "Yo, you're fucking losing." And he ended up winning the fight after that. He changed completely after that. After Mayweather went into his corner, which Mayweather's not a part of his corner, but he went up to him and he said, "Yo, you're down on the cards. You're losing, man." and that changed him up. So sometimes it'll take somebody else outside of your normal corner.
Somebody sternness to come tell you, because a lot of people around his corner was lying to him. Yeah, you in the fight? Nah, maybe they say, nigga, you losing.
So you start coasting. Yeah, you're lied to.
Yeah, exactly.
Last night, man, watching the fight last night, you ain't hear him saying like, "Hey, do this, do that," or like you heard at the beginning, but it was like this dude wasn't like training him, like prepping him up for this. Like you just a
You talking about
superstar.
Tank?
Yeah,
Okay.
just superstar at this point. Now you're just overconfident. And you drew.
And they kept lying to him.
Yep.
And they lucky the
Oh yeah.
they lucky they didn't count that knockdown, but anyway, because he lost, that nigga lost.
Yeah.
You know, hey, Spirit, we've talked about it before. You know, that it might be the day he loses, and of course, you know, he the cash cow, I guess.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, that's not going to happen with the Lord. The Lord has no favoritism. You either do what He says, and you win up, you on the scorecard, or you don't. You know, ain't no taking no knees and you go to the corner and get your face wiped.
No. The fuck. Man.
You're gonna get tossed out of here.
Yeah.
You either hot or you cold. Lukewarm, that's worse than being cold. Because if you cold, you know, you're going to be beaten with stripes, but somebody that's lukewarm, they knew, and they're going to be beaten with more stripes.
I got something real quick.
Do you want to bring that out real quick?
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, before you do that.
I sent this to the brother Michael Alla the other day, and it's actually your boy from goddamn what that shit called Solo Lebanon. There's a little meme they made, but pretty much going to what your brothers wanted to. It says the one who sweats more in training leads to less in battle. You know, so like really embracing everything that we're going through day to day, bro. What we're going through, the Lord ain't doing this for no reason. Everything, every situation that we in, them thoughts that we fight in our head, that's for us to grow and get on another level.
And that's why Mayweather, he was so great because his conditioning was bar none. Nobody could fuck with him. I remember watching this. This is before we even I came into the truth. Probably like 2013, 2012. I remember watching this little documentary on him, and he said he would go out to the clubs or whatever, and he would run home.
Yeah.
He wouldn't take the car back. He would just run home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he even if he wasn't in training, he would still be training. To this day, nigga, 47, 48 years old, and most people wouldn't be able to beat him in a boxing match.
Right.
Because what he got that conditioning, and that's why he'll play with you. And here it is, the 12th round, and it's like this the second round for him.
Yeah,
you gassed out.
Yeah. He just warmed up.
Yeah. That's the point, man. You got to put in the work before that time comes, that tribulation comes. And that's what we're doing through the Spirit. You know, not saying you're going to have to run 18 miles to get to the kingdom of heaven, but you're going to have that spirit, you're going to need that spiritual
Mileage.
the endurance.
Endurance, yeah. Because the same way you train, that's the same way you fight. So we come into JT, everything that we doing now, bro, it's not no changing up. Oh yeah, man, JT come.
It pays off
Yeah,
in that day.
exactly. Ain't no to pass over next week, 2 weeks. Oh, no, bro. Like, who is you? And that's what the time we coming in where the Lord he go reveal everything, everybody.
Real quick, you know, I was watching yesterday before camp, the last fight of Anthony Joshua with Dubois. And dude was getting his ass whooped the whole fight with a jab.
Yep.
That's what ended up being his downfall. And you can tell, like, yo, you ain't learning.
Right.
Since the first round, this nigga's been throwing a jab, and you still with your shit down here, like. But then you see his last fight that he fought with Ngannou, and you can tell he trained for that, because this nigga came out with a plan. But this fight, bro, he didn't learn. It just goes to show you, man, that he didn't train like he should have fought. Like the brother just mentioned, he didn't. What was it?
Adapt. He didn't adapt.
Yeah, he didn't adapt. There's something the brother said. The way you endure is the way you fight. Something like
The same way you train, the same way you fight.
Yeah, and you could tell this man didn't train for this dude because he thought I'm not down and gone.
Right.
Who
All
else?
I gotta do is throw this.
Yeah, which is he was boasting the whole fight. You see, he's getting his ass whooped, and he over here talking to people in the crowd, shaking his head, sticking out his tongue, and he over here getting his ass whooped the whole fight. And I'm like, yo, this is. Which, you know, we watched it before, but, you know, I was watching it again yesterday. I was like, yo, this nigga was how to change it. The whole fight, which I think it went 5 rounds, this nigga did not put that arm up to block that jab, bro. You get jabbed to death. in that
that's the
fight.
shit. He can't. That's been his downfall. He's never adapted in the middle of a fight.
Yep, that chin.
He's that robot. What they call him, the sock and blockers. All he can do is the same shit. He too robotic with it. You know, and again, that's what makes Mayweather great, man. He will adapt in the middle of a fight and then switch it up on you. You don't know what's coming now. But that's because he trains for all of that. You know, it's not like he just made it up in the middle of the fight. No, he's trained. He sparred with all these different guys.
Top
He did
guys.
this, he did that, and he got the experience, of course. But his IQ's through the roof. You know,
Because he's putting himself in the ring with top guys.
Exactly.
Whether you, however much shit people want to talk, he's putting himself in the ring with top guys. Whether it was Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. or Canelo or Pacquiao, whatever age it was, De La Hoya, all these dudes, top dudes, man. It wasn't just nobodies that this dude's fight. Like a lot of people today fight.
He's fighting. How many champions has Mayweather beat? Shit. It's unarguably that he's one of the best of all time, if not the best. As far as like boxing, actually boxing, not knockout artists or whatever. You know, as far as boxing itself, you know, it's arguably the best of all time. You know,
His training shows.
and his record shows.
Oh yeah, fact. 50 and 0.
Yeah.
You know, Sugar Shane Mosley was hitting him up.
Yeah.
Zab Judah, or Zab or Jab?
Yeah,
What's the-
Zab Judah, but they ended up stopping that.
What's the Northern Kingdom cat from Argentina? Marquez or something like that.
Got two of them. Yeah,
Yeah, he fought him twice.
Shit, yeah.
I forget his name, but I think he was from either Argentina or
those were
some
close
countries
fights, too, yeah.
that blew with it.
Yeah, but that's what the Lord did with us.
Mhm.
Lord put us in the ring, you know, with the best.
Yeah.
We're unlearned men. We're like some dudes that coming off the street,
Yeah.
getting in the ring with world champions
Yeah.
and beating them up.
Yeah, the scripture said, that we are wrestle not with flesh and blood,
Yep.
but against principalities and high places.
Yeah, the top things of this world we're fighting up against.
Yep.
Showing that we're demon slayers. Once again, that's why it's beautiful to watch. When we watch the anime, we understand why what you're going to the word anime, all right, goes into the word animal goes into being animated, man. You know, which is why we're animated characters in this walk of ours. Literally doing exactly what brothers is going to.
And usually at the beginning of those animes, the main character, he'll be young and he'll end up having to fight the main bad guy and he'll lose and get his ass whooped. But by the end of the season or by the end of the show, he done leveled up and fought the dude again and whooped his ass. You know?
And that's the battle of the elect. That's what we're on. We're on a journey of maturing, man. Coming back into the state of being a God. This time the flesh has no word I'm looking for, no boundary. Okay, why? Because Yahweh already did it. He came back as himself last time. All right, and what? Conquered the flesh. All right, and told us that victory lies within you, Akim. You brothers, you know.
So I got a quick precept. Jump into the book of Proverbs 27, Church of the Point 17. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
Yeah, because I remember one time another brother you called from Des Moines was down here, and that's what he was going to. He's like, hey, you can't be mad at Satan. Satan pretty much your spiritual sparring partner, you know, showing you where you weak at. So like, that's pretty much like all you brothers been going into. We just been sharpened, bro, in different facets. Like Big Bro Osh was speaking about, these boxers, they don't just spar against one dude for a fight. They spar against different dudes. Okay, he got his speed, he got his strength, so on and so forth. So that's, you know, that's why we find ourselves in different trials and tribulations. But man, I'm telling you, JT, bro, man, you brothers go shine, man, because your brothers been built up to overcome so many different obstacles. So no matter what Satan come at you with, he gonna get ran through. You go adapt to, because that's the thing. It ain't like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be trying like this. No, whatever situation come through, we more than conquerors through the Spirit of power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We go adapt and overcome whatever comes before us, man.
I got you. This is it go all the way back to something I've been holding this precept from the priest Mayim, going into earlier how the medicine. Okay, we've been healed. You know, starting off with this word. So to back you up, the guy in our corner is Mashiach Yahushua, who's undefeated, and his father don't lose. Right, and created losing for heathens, right? But this is the point. The point of this is verse 3. All right, I'm gonna start at verse 1. Psalm 40, and this is Psalm of David. Psalm 40 and verse 1. to the chief musician. I believe the priest, Mark Cobb had mentioned this earlier too, going into the song. All right, so that's why we're able to play skillful like this, because it's the word of Yahweh Shai in us, man. You know, this is Psalms 40 verse 1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. I waited patiently for Yahweh, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. So the Lord heard all of our individual cries from chiefly here in Babylon the Great, and ultimately across the four corners of the earth via the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3. Okay, in a pie chart going back to Revelation the 7th chapter. The Lord heard our cries, man. Okay, and ultimately what he see over us is the blood of Yahushua. All right, the blood of Yahushua is resting upon the elect, man. Verse 2, it says, he brought me, this is really one of the points too, he brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. Yeah. All right, in the NLT, Psalms 40 verse 2, he lifted me out of the pit of despair. So going back to something that the priest Mayan was going to earlier, being sick, you know, being not, like you said, like, Jake don't know he's sick. Like, bro, you're through. We was in that state. We was in a state of great despair, dog. The Lord raised us out of that position mentally, spiritually healed us from that position, dog. Like all walks of life, whether you was great or just a nobody, we're all finding out the greatest is Yahweh Shai. Yeah. You see, that's our healing. You know, our physician, man, our cure. You got it all.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing, because Jake is under, the Lord said what? For not receiving the love of the truth, he shall be given to a strong delusion. Jake is under a strong delusion. That's like pulling up to a crackhead that just finished lighting he or she pipe. And you coming up to him talking about, so you're sick, you need rehabilitation. They're like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
They're going to want the next hit.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, so that's the spirit that Jake is in the world. That's why they don't consider what's being said. You know, and there's a trumpet is being blown, a sign of warning, and they not receiving it. You know, you gotta.
Yeah, and this is that word for despair, right? It says destruction, horrible, right? A tumult. So the Lord brought us out of that state of great devastation, man. That's what it said, a pit of destruction. All right, in the Chaldee lexicon. All right, in which we were all in. We were literally walking in that majority of our life. Okay, we got a few years in the truth, but bro, we were walking in a pit. That's why Psalms 40 verse 2 in the NLT, it says, he lifted me up out of the pit of despair.
Yeah, we got more years in niggerdom than we do in this truth.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes us experts in niggerdom.
Exactly, bro, which is the point. We are physicians under Yahushua. We are able to tell you, like, bro, this is how you heal yourself. Yeah. This is how you get cured. And everybody walking past the hospital, so to say.
Yeah, the facilitators.
Yeah.
Yeah, the facilitators, because that's normally who be the best one to help you get rehabilitated. Those that was once addicts too.
Yeah.
Sponsors, we're the righteous sponsors. You know, like you get AA or NA, whatever, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. Your sponsor is usually an ex-addict or ex-alcoholic, whatever the case may be. Because of what they lived through it, they overcame it, and now they're in a position to tell you how to do it.
So how much more y'all shot? That's why he's telling us about the women. That's why he conquered all those realms. He conquered all those realms, man. That's why he's the only one capable of loosening the seals. He conquered all those realms, man. So we can understand. Now we got the understanding on how to deal, you know? It says Psalms 40 verse 2 in the NLT. He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on solid ground and steadied me as I walk along. Verse 3.
Yeah, real quick to that mire, that mud, you know, mud is sticky. Mud is hard to get out of, man. You know what I mean? You for around trying to walk and leave your shoe in there. You know? Just your foot come out. Yeah. You know? But the Lord pulled us up out of that thing, going into that sponsor.
And sometimes the harder you fight, the quicker you sink it or get stuck in it.
Exactly.
In that mud. Or even quicksand, you know.
Quicksand, that whole thing, right? Yeah.
But yeah, even mud, shit. You know, you should ever try to run through a puddle, not even puddle mud, you know, swamp, which that's what it is, mud. See, you're gonna lose a shoe. And quicksand, the more you fight, the quicker you sink. which that would be small spots, but hey, you don't want to find yourself in that spot
At all.
spiritually. Because the more you fight, the quicker you're going to sink in this carnalness, you know, or the ways of this world. But,
Two more
Tim said
verses.
we'll close off on
All
that.
right, kind of 2 more verses, man. It's, it's on fire, man. That comfort. This is Psalms in the KJV, Psalms 40, verse 3. All right, so the Lord set us upon our feet, brought us out of that desperation state, perplexed. All right, this is the point, verse 3 and verse 4. Psalms 40, verse 3, and he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Many shall see it. So going back into that, the power of the wonderful works of us being raised out of a dunghill, being raised from a valley of dry bones in the spirit, all right, coming upon us, man. Us being clothed by this doctrine, right? It says, many shall see it and fear and shall trust in Yahweh. Blessed is that man that maketh Yahweh Bashmashai his trust and respecteth not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies, man. So we're not leaning on the doctrine or the philosophy of Babylon the Great. It's a place of an American dream. We're not leaning on Babylon the Great, man. We're not leaning on Esau either. Blessed is the man that trusteth in prophecy, man. That trusteth in understanding how Shai is the way out of here, man. And only the elect has that golden ticket, man.
We relying on the words of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. There's nothing else we looking to figure out what's going on. Let me see what this dude got to say. Yeah, we might watch you for a good laugh, or maybe he brought out a little bit of information and let me fact check it through the scriptures or whatever. But ultimately, our hope comes from the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, our faith is things not seen, no hope, things not seen. Okay, we're not relying on nothing that the carnal eye can see, because we know all of this is gonna be dissolved anyway. Hell, even these bodies that we in, we don't even trust in these bodies that we in, let alone what we see. It's just out of our grips and what's out of our control. Because at the end of the day, we know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is in control. So we just gotta trust in the process and wait patiently upon the Lord. Anybody got anything else?
Just to back you up, we look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
He goes up then, bro.
All right, hey, so with that, we pray you may edify and exhort it. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakalash.
the apostles and elders here at Great Millstone will well. Peace, salutation, elect, shalom.
Shalom.